We're going to dive into everything Australian sports.
This time for the big A's to win the game for Australia from nowhere.
Articulate why we want to have a bet.
Yeah, we love golf.
Little Papa.
And a look at across every other sport that tickles our fancy.
Where's Pappenhausen now?
Welcome to the Early Crow.
Rule number 1, never force a bet. Welcome to the Early Crow, episode 7. Tom's off a monstrous weekend, which kicked off in Melbourne. We are going to look deeply at 2 real good bets in Sydney that Tom loves. Also look at the other main race. We'll go to Flemington, where it's Mackay Davis Stakes Day. We'll touch on the NRL. We'll look at a bit of narrative in the AFL, and we will do our best to just sort of gleam over pretty briefly the NFL, which was a great start for some and an awful start for others. Tommy, I can hear you through the other end already. How are you travelling?
G'day everyone out there. I'm a bit under the weather, but I'm here and it's good to be here. It's been a big couple of days, but it's probably not the big couple of days I wanted this early, but it is what it is. And I go to Europe tonight, so should be quiet over there. And yeah.
Are you intending on maintaining this sort of 5-day growth?
I think I might have a shave after this show. I thought I'd keep it just for this show because I look rugged and that's how I feel. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Europe. Should be nice. I'm over there with my partner Annie and a couple of good mates. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Is Annie a fan, or is she sort of tip and have a shave?
Nah, she's telling me to shave it off pretty quickly, I reckon.
All right, let's rewind a little bit. Carlton Friday night. It was a frustrating start. It was a brave effort and a painful loss in the end.
Yeah, it was. It's probably like a 3-goal breeze, I reckon, the whole night, 3 or 4-goal breeze the whole night, and we didn't really capitalise in the first quarter. It probably cost us a lot, and then that second quarter we weren't at our best, and that probably summed up our year. We played 3 good quarters and then fall away in one quarter, and it cost us the game. So Carlton were pretty good all night, and we just cost ourselves in front of goal. I think we kicked 9-14 and missed some easy ones. It was a bit breezy, but if we kick a few of those goals, it might have been a different story. But full credit to Carlton. They were pretty good all night. They're very good in the contest, and they beat us in that area, and it cost us, yeah. So
we get beat by Carlton. You get beat by Carlton. You. Then you've got a night in Melbourne, then back to Sydney to sort of commiserate, celebrate a long year with the boys.
Yeah, I probably should touch on the crowd before as well. It was pretty amazing. I reckon it was actually louder than the grand final. It was pretty incredible after that national anthem, and the Carlton fans come out. So full credit to Carlton and their fans. But it was a Friday night. We sort of just stayed at the hotel and had a few beers at the hotel with all the staff and players. It was good. Obviously, just to recap the year and just to sign off. It's always great to have the staff there and coaches as well, because it's not only just the players that are involved, it's also the staff that put hours and hours of work in each year. So it's always nice to just have a quiet beer with them and just talk some shit about the year and have a good laugh.
Judging by the way you sound too, it was probably a little bit more than a quiet beer, and you might have had one with each and every one of the staff at the Swans.
Yeah, it was. It was a late one, but it's all good fun. And then Saturday we moved on to the Clovelly Hotel, which is one of the great venues in the eastern suburbs, and watched a few races, and it was good. We backed a few winners. The boys I think there might have been an early crow chant at one point going around, but we were on, and then we moved on to Sunday. And where did we go Sunday? I think we went to Coogee Pavilion, and another fair few of the boys there again. And then Monday we went to a pub in it's called Lord Dunmore or something. It's this little pub we book out, and we had a great day. And and then I've been recovering the last 2 days.
We'll speak about Saturday from a betting point of view. The monkey's off the back, my man. You put together a really beautiful set of bets, and you got a bit of momentum now.
Yeah, it was good. It was nice. The tail's out of the legs now, so we'll start betting more accordingly. A little bit Well, I suppose we did have a few bets on the weekend. I sort of thought I was pretty keen on the weekend, and it paid off. So I think I'm only down 3 units now, but it's a team Dicko. You think you had what did you end up?
Oh,
you were down a little bit, but I sort of
5.5 out, maybe 3.5 back. So it's a little loss. My first loss for the Crow, and I apologise for my efforts.
But we're a team. We're a team.
Yeah, 1 in, all in. We're winning, and you would be too if you're following along. Gamble responsibly, or you can just follow along for fun. You don't need a bet. You do you. But just we're doing our best, and we hope you're enjoying it. Tom, you are headed off tonight to Europe. Where are you going? What are you doing? And what do you do to maintain that dense, thick, but ripped rig of yours?
I'm heading off tonight, and I'm praying to all the gods that we're sponsored by Guitar Airways, so praying to all the gods that I pull through and get business class because I really do need it, and so I'm praying to all the gods that I can get it. The lovely lady at the club's asked the question, so we'll see how we go when I get there. So I'm flying into London for a night just to
Wet the whistle.
get there and see a couple of mates. Yeah, get there and see a couple of mates and Annie, and then we fly to Italy for 2 weeks. I'm not actually sure. Puglia, does that sound right? Somewhere around there. I don't know. Annie runs the show, so I just tag along and do it all. And then we go to Spain for a week, and then we might have a couple of days in Ibiza to finish, and then come home for the BNF.
Beautiful. Do you do anything to maintain your fitness and that over there, or is it just complete sort of just relax, let it a little bit gentle rip and tear in great weather?
Well, we usually get about 3 weeks off, doing nothing at all. So I probably won't be doing much over there. Might I don't know, might go for a little trot or a walk or something along the Italy mountains or something like that. But yeah, I doubt that. But yeah, just I get 3 weeks off and more get into my work when we get back from holidays.
Beautiful. We'll touch on some more AFL stuff at the back of the show. Big start in the NFL. You've gone 3-0, so is Juzzy. Welcome to the team, Justin McInerney. Big debut, both 3-0. Matty Punt's 2-1, and I've started with 0-3. I don't know why I would do it to myself, and I don't know why I made us have such a significant bet on it, because I have no idea what I'm doing and I completely guess. I spent more time focusing on those picks than I do a race, and I completely fucked them anyway.
Yeah, it was nice to get off a good start. We've got a nice little clear gap now, so Juzzy's pretty happy with himself. And yeah, I was 3-0 as well, so I look forward to this week, and hopefully we can put some more length on that lead.
In the NRL, we went 2-1, and it dead set looks like a 2-team competition right now. The Broncos and the Panthers completely annihilated their rivals in the Storm and the Warriors. The Broncos wiped the Storm like a dirty ass, and then they lost Pappenhausen in an awful injury towards the end, which is a pretty sad story for him. He's been through a fair bit, and I don't doubt that he'll bounce back through it, but it's rough. But that just makes them even thinner. Awful weekend, and I was on the Storm for our lunch bet too, so that's another strip here. But it does look a 2-team competition, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I reckon I deserve 2 lunches because the Broncos absolutely wipe your ass, but I'll take the one at Nobu or something like that after golf. But yeah, it was a good week in the rugby. The Knights come back very, very well against the Raiders, which was good to see. I don't mind the Knights, but yeah, it looks a clear two team race, doesn't it?
Shout out to Butch. Do you want to knock over the NRL right now, this weekend's games?
Yeah, let's do that, yeah.
I think it's time to talk Hug the League.
Oh, hospital pass.
Oh, the Lizards lick. How good's that going to be?
So we've got the Storm up against the Roosters in Melbourne. The Storm go without Pappenhausen, but the Roosters are missing half their back line. The line here in the Storm Roosters game's 11.5. Just under 2 converted tries to the Storm at home versus a Roosters that are depleted, that just got over the top, and they were lucky to get over the top of the Sharks, who seem to just hate playing finals footy. I think we just steam. I love the Storm here.
Yeah, I think I think the Storm as well. It's obviously home ground advantage. A bad loss last week. We know they love bouncing back. Maybe they could just really come home from a charge with the coach going nuts at them. So they usually bounce back, and I reckon that's a pretty clear bet there.
We're aligned.
For Storm.
The only other game this weekend in the rugby league is the semi-final. The Warriors versus the Knights in New Zealand. The Warriors $1.53. The Knights $2.50. The line's 5.5. Tom, this is a tricky game. You're a big Knights man. I like the Knights. I don't like them in September, and the Warriors are coming off a pretty bad loss, sort of impotent loss against the Panthers in Penrith. They likely get the halfback back in Sean Johnson. I'm conflicted here. I'm worried you're going to say what I think you're going to say. Who do you like here?
I don't know. It's a tough one. It's like the New Zealand crowd will be up and about. They probably haven't had this big of a chance for a while to win a final, I suppose. Over there, like it's hard to go against them, I reckon, but I wouldn't be surprised if Knights done, but I'm slightly leaning towards the Warriors.
I'm slightly with the Warriors too. I do not trust Newcastle to deliver in finals, not yet, and I want to see evidence before I fall in on maybe next year. We'll confirm our plays across the socials over the weekend, but that's how we see this weekend's NRL. We'll be back to talk ponies.
Time for the big A. What a provoke thunderstruck Almonagon. Tin came Zaki. Now the greatest of them all, the Melbourne Cup. What a ride, what a win in a cup we'll never forget.
Tommy, let's talk ponies. Let's start with a bit of narrative. Giga Kick. Went to a racetrack he'd never won at, over a distance he wasn't suited at. Missed the jump. Was put into the race by Craig Williams, who is racing's greatest human being. And the mail is that they're going to sack him for one bad ride that they think's a bad ride, which is interesting because it's a jumps jockey and a limited jockey who are now trained, giving one of the great jockeys of all time their view on rides, which fascinates me deeply. What's your read on this situation?
Yeah, it was. I was listening yesterday to it all. It's fascinating, isn't it? I'm with sticking with him. Everyone makes mistakes, and I think it's one of the great things. Everyone from the outside world of a professional sport, they think they should never get something wrong, and it's clear that everyone makes mistakes, and even in normal world, everyone makes mistakes. But I think Willow is one of the all-time great people. Does a lot of work for charity, and I know that doesn't have much to do with it, but geez, at some point you got to stick with him, don't you? And for them to get rid of him, I think the gods would be against the Douglas camp and the connections. And I think that if they did get rid of him, whoever Willow rode, I wouldn't be surprised if he storms down the outside or something and beats Giga Kick. But yeah, I don't know what way they'll go, but I'd be leaning to keep him on and stick with him because he deserves it. And he's won an Everest. He knows the horse well. Like, why would you get someone off? Rides the track work, travels around everywhere for it. And so I think stick with Willow.
I think to sack Craig Williams from riding Giga Kick is a low act and a dumb act. He has done all the preparation work and understands the horse better than any other rider. He's ridden that horse in big races in front of big crowds and understands those tracks that you're going to race at. He understands how that horse handles those tracks that they're going to race at. It will cost you lengths in the experience he has on the horse, and it's just a shit act. He was put in the work and has delivered you peaches more often than not on that horse in these big races. And I don't even reckon the ride was that bad on Saturday. Plus, he's in red hot form. If he was racing's worst bloke, just from my own self-interest point of view, if I owned the horse, his two rides on Mr. Brightside this prep in big races are as good as they get. He's riding well. He's in form. Bad decision, bad look, and I'm cheering for Willow. Let's head to Randwick. It's short stay, we think. There's really hot sprinters going around at Randwick on Saturday. The rail's out 7 metres, which Tom and I think is going to sort of favour those up on speed and inside potentially. But as always, you've got to watch and you've got to learn and adjust as you go along. Where do you want to kick off at Randwick this weekend, Tom?
Let's start in race 6, mate. Race 6, which is the 1400 metre race. I'll just get it up
It's
here,
the
sorry.
T-Rose Stakes. It's a Group 2 worth $300,000. It's over 400 metres. It's for the fillies. We've seen a few of these. You've backed a few of these. I think you've been with Tis Invincible so far this preparation, done a job for you. There's some interesting form lines. There's some angles everywhere. Where are we kicking off and what are you thinking here?
Yeah, mate, it's a great little race. It's obviously $4 a field with Tis Invincible and Kimochi. And there's another one down the page at some value that I'll touch on as well. Some are loving around the $20 mark. But the one I want to be with is number 1, Tis Invincible. Maps to get a gun run, up on the speed and inside, like we said. And my man, Zachy Lloyd steers, which is another plus.
Oh, hang on. Hang on.
Strong.
Stop. Where he's rock solid now, is he?
Yeah, he's always rock solid.
Well, the big prize when he's coming, J-Mac's done his foot. I know that's sort of thrown a sparrow in the works, but he's rock solid now in the top, inside the top 3, locked and loaded.
Yep, J-Mac's out, so Zachy Lloyd's in, and he's probably, is he the best jockey in the country at the moment on form?
I don't have a clue.
He'd have to be close. He'd have to be close,
look,
but anyway.
You're my man in Sydney and you love him, so I'm with you.
Yeah, I love him. Yeah, so it has a strong SP profile against key rivals here. The price actually really excites me. It's $4. But yeah, I'm betting and I'm pretty keen here. I reckon it'll lap up the 1400 metres. Ran the fastest. It ran a really good last 100 metres last start. And yeah, I'm pretty keen it will get the 1400 metres. There's another one, number 14, Summer Loving. It's actually made in this horse. Just keeps running, getting bad draws and running on really well. Draws better here, and I think can run a nice race at a nice price, which is Summer Loving, number 14.
Beautiful. I agree. I think that's Summer Loving. It grows you up, doesn't it? Because it is a maiden, could go to weaker. Why they stay in the stronger races? We don't know, but we're going to trust Gay. The next race we're going to look at Randwick is the...
We'll go race 7.
Race number 7, which is the next race. It is the Weight for Age 7 Stakes over 600 metres. I'm not a historian. I'm sure this race was actually once upon a time called something that you'd all know if you're a racing fan. But now it's called the 7 Stakes. It's a 600 metre Weight for Age race.
Yep. This is another great race. Obviously, it's a stacked card, and I'm unfortunately not going to be able to see many races because I'll be on the plane. But here, I think it's I'll assess on tomorrow morning or Saturday morning and when I send the bets in. But Fangirl just draws barrier 10. It's $3.40. We'll get back last. It's the best horse in the race. Beautiful conditions here in Sydney. Not a cloud in the sky, so it's going to be a nice dry track. He's the one I want to be on. But Zaki, its key rivals are Zaki and Think It Over, who are 8 and 9 year olds. So yeah, I'll be with Fangirl. I'm just not sure if it's an official bet yet, but yeah, Fangirl on top for me.
Yeah,
obviously depend on what the track's doing as well.
I think if you're like following properly at home, what Tom's saying is Fangirl's a horse we want to back. But if you haven't seen a horse make ground from worse in midfield all day on Saturday, this is gambling responsibly. Just don't have the bet, because it's going to get back worse in midfield and need to make ground. And it might be good enough, but they've priced it like it's a fair track, and we're not sure it will be. So it's the way we want to play, but we just want to see that track race fairly. Any other horses you want to talk about in that race, mate?
Nah, that's about it, mate.
Race number 8 is the Shorts. It's an 1,100 metre Group 2 sprinting race with like Everest connotations all the way through it. Sky Thoroughbred Central would just be drooling about this race. They got the Everest preview each and every night on 5 to 8 if you're sick enough to have to watch it. We've got Private Eye, we've got Marzu, we've got Lost and Running off a hot trial, Overpass, In Secret, Buenos Noches, Black Booker for Paps, Remark, a horse Paps tipped you last 2 weeks ago to beat Nature Strip, and it did. Ruthless, Dame, Hawaii 5-0, the list goes on. This is a hot race, there's speed everywhere. What are we doing?
Yeah, this race gets me real toey just for racing. It's just an amazing race. We'll touch on a few here. Touch on number 6, Buenos Noches. Obviously, first up, last start was a great run. Got back and did it, and was still fairly bit green, laid out in the last 200 metres or so and hit the line really well. There's one that's a good chance. Remark, obviously, They gets a bit more weight this time. Probably don't want to be with that. Hawaii 5-0 first up. Will put itself in the race, but the one I want to be on is In Secret. I think this is one of the better bets. Well, this is the best bet on the card and probably the best bet since the early crow has been announced. $3 is just overs in my opinion. Barrier 4, my man Zachy Lloyd's on. Just gets the 1100 metres, absolutely hooned home over the 1000 metres last start, running the fastest last 100 metres of the meeting. And yeah, this is a bet. Always responsible, but bet.
2 from 2 at this distance. I couldn't agree more. I think this horse is gonna. I think on top of that, can we like we get a lot of requests for futures bets, Tom. $11 in the Everest. What price will this 4-year-old mare by I Am Invincible be after she puts this race away? She'll be single figures.
It'll be winning. It'll be winning this race. I reckon it could halve, you reckon? Or go around $7?
I think you'll see $7 Saturday afternoon for the Everest after it puts this race away. If you like your futures and you're allowed to get yourself on, do so responsibly. Gamble responsibly. That's us at Randwick. Should we head to headquarters, big fella?
Definitely.
Headquarters.
Yep, definitely.
Sun's out. It is some of the great weather of all time in Melbourne. It's a real... just gets you up and about. It's clean and crisp in the morning and it sort of just warms right up. It's beautiful. Golf courses are in outstanding order. Life's phenomenal. Assisted also by one of the great Phillips of all time yesterday at Sandown, and we roll straight on the back of that into, actually before that, we're also having a bet today at Bendigo. It was sort of for the internal team at the Crow. And the bet went around. There's a few guys in that chat group that love betting. $15 was taken about a horse. It's now $3. Obviously, this show will be out after it's raced. It's race 2, the Kieran Maher trained horse. It's $3. You excited about that, Tom?
No, I'm not. I'm not. Unfortunately, I fortunately missed the bet, and I might have been sleeping or something. I don't know what I was doing, but look, I hope you win. But I filled up enough yesterday anyway, so just good luck to you.
We kick off Flemington, betting-wise, punters, in race 3. It's a 400-metre race. It's a listed race. It's worth $175K, and it's a bit of juice here. Antino, the Queensland visitor, no Pug Maloney, James Allman rides. There's a horse here I'm very, very excited about. It's had one run this preparation. It's 1 from 1 this track and trip. The trial was beautiful work. It's Detonator Jack. Jamie Carr rides. From barrier 8, I expect a moderate level of intent. She can do whatever she wants. She's a phenomenal rider and suits this horse big time. He suits Flemington. $5 as I speak. I think that's a gift, and that'll be a bet that I'm having at Flemington, and I think you should too. You do you. Gamble responsibly. The next race, Tom, that we're going to talk about at Flemington is race number 8. It is the Let's Elope Stakes of 400 metres. We see the red hot. Everyone's horned up for this horse. Amelia's Jewel, the WA galloper. She's come over here. D Lane's sitting on her back. Simon Miller trains. I read this as a non-betting race for myself because I cannot figure out what number to give this horse. Have you got any opinion here?
Draws the car park. I do love the horse. I think it's a great horse, but probably gets the right track for barrier 15. Absolutely hoons home. I couldn't be taking $1.75. I know that much, but it looks a nice race. But yeah, I'm not sure I can take $1.70.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. Like, the price is making me want to try and find a way around her and find a bet, but at this stage I won't be. The Mackay Ever Stakes Group 1 weight for age 600 metres. This is a proper race traditionally. It's normally a fatter field, but good horses win this race, and it's a good form reference for your spring moving forward. Brightside dominant favourite, hard to knock, 2 from 2 this preparation. He's the king at the moment. Alligator Blood was first up when beaten by Mr. Brightside at Caulfield. He returns here, Ollie Sticks. He's right in the market. The other horse that's really in the market is Princess Grace, who was good in inferior ground. Both starts this prep. Blake Shin on again. Barrier 7 this time, so inside to outside switch. What the market does with it, I'm not sure. I can't fall into it at that price. I think the horse here at value, and I will be betting, is the 4 Aegon. 4's been trained, Mick D rides, can settle a lot closer than it has been in a smaller field, suited big time by this tiny field and by the barrier. I think the market's missed him. He's a big price. I'm not sure what price he is, around $20.
Yeah, $26 at the moment, mate.
$26. That's a gift. I also think he's definitely worth considering in the Turnbull Stakes. I think he'll run a big race here and could well end up in that race for a futures punter out there. Mr. Brightside, Alligator Blood, very, very hard to beat. Osipenko, great, a really nice animal who I think will relish the opportunity to be at Flemington. But Aegon just seems a stupid price, was in an unwinnable situation at Caulfield and finds a much, much softer race here. Anything else we should touch on at Flemington?
Yeah, I think a couple of weeks ago I said that Osipenko will win a race over 1,600 metres at Flemington. So let's see if it can do it here. But Barrier 1, whereabouts have you got Osipenko in run from Barrier 1?
Coffin or 3 back the fence? So leaders back or the next pair back on the fence? The Waller camp likely to show some intent from that inside draw. I'd love to see Osipenko to Flemington drawn well in a bigger race. It's a horse that's actually never, if you dig through your punting form, it's never actually seen like an even tempo for the class to the 600, let alone a fast tempo, which I think will expose this horse's ability. It's kind of dampened in these slower races, which I can't see him going too fast in this race.
Yeah, nice.
But I agree, proper horse. I think that's enough for Flemington. There'll be plenty more. I'll find more bets. I've got no doubt about it. I'm really excited about this meeting, and they'll be across our socials on Saturday morning. Righto, it's time now for questions of the week, powered by Doozy.
All right, first question coming in here from Josh.Harrow. Are you still recovering from Mad Monday? You look and sound like it.
Yeah, look, it's obviously if you've listened to the whole show, I'm still battling with a bit of voice issues, but mentally and physically, except for the voice, I feel pretty well and looking forward to getting on a plane to Europe tonight.
I think it's also full credit to him, just the way he's fronted up and just trucked through it.
Another one in that vein, who do you predict will be best on throughout the off-season?
Best on throughout the off-season. Ryan Clark and Paddy McCartan are usually pretty good value in the off-season, but also the Lizard goes well. The boys are heading over in about a few more weeks, so it'll be interesting to see who brings home the 3 votes there, but I'll be looking forward to hearing about it.
We got a one here from Braden Kelly. Who would you two beat me playing Ambrose?
100%.
It's I think he needs to put his money where his mouth is and come down to Melbourne. I think he's from Adelaide, and I think if you want to take us on, Braden,
here's
come
the deal.
down, mate.
Here's the deal. Your GA versus our GAs, whatever the normal thing is to do for Ambrose, but we're getting it like our start or giving you your start, whatever's fair, and we can bet whatever you want to bet or wager responsibly. I'll host it, and I'm very keen. Thank you.
One here from Lachlan_Pratt12. What are the 5 most key points of data when analysing racing form?
Speed map, overall rating of a horse's like recent performances, jockey stats, track stats, and last 200s.
Last 200s. There you go.
If you had this one here from Noah Williams, if you had a horse in a Group 1, what apprentice jockey would you want on it?
Is Zach still an apprentice?
Yeah, well, he's technically is because he has that A with the 0 next to it, but he's got no weight on it.
Oh.
So, is that, I don't know.
Wirramoo pin for me in Melbourne.
Yeah.
What the rider gave face to jury yesterday. God bless you, Wirramoo.
Yeah, that was a great ride. He really given it to her that last 100, wasn't he? Got everything out of it.
Kept her nice and wound up, coiled up. I reckon that was a phenomenal ride. Grateful for it. Ran third, more prize money. I think that's the Early Crow episode 7. I want to thank Tom from the bottom of my heart. Courageous. Just what an effort. What a superstar. I hope that you thoroughly enjoy your break, my man. We'll be back in 3 weeks with Tom. We're going to figure out on the run, Tom and I, what we do for next week's show, if there's a show. So stay tuned and find out. But our socials will continue to pump. So if you want to get involved on the socials, like, tag, comment, get involved. We'll get back to you. And I hope you guys have a phenomenal weekend. And bye for now. The winner for this week's question of the week is Justin, maybe the guy who wants to have a game of golf. Braden. You get the doozies if you come and actually put your money where your mouth is. Also, phenomenal, the merch, Tom. The merch. I think maybe the greatest hoodie I've ever had. Just like overall feel, size, quality of material wise. What are we doing with that?
It's it won't be too far away. I've got to put up some a photo and a nice selfie of myself. I'll definitely have a shave
got that
before I do that.
The weekend.
But I need to send us some nice photos in for the website and to get them all nice.
Can you do them before and after the shave so we can sort of we can have a vote on socials? Like, do you prefer Tom with the 5-day growth or do you like him fresh and sharp? And good luck to the guys cutting this up this week. We apologise and we thank you. Thank you for listening to The Early Crow. Follow the socials immediately. You already should, but if you're not, do it again. Make sure you have, because we will be giving out our staking plans for Saturday's racing across our socials. Bye for now.